Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Vault. John here at Lock TCG with another Locals gameplay video for the week of the 23rd. Today we actually have Jim's Magenta Villainous deck versus Aiden's Yellow Shadow Dragons. Both are locals to the shop. Today on the video, I actually do have Jim returning for his grand debut of the Villainous Magenta deck. And Jim, welcome back to the video.
Thanks, John. I just want to throw a little disclaimer. It was my first time playing the deck, so there are some misplays and maybe a little rule breaking, but I don't think it changed anything that much. So I learned from my mistakes. That's all I can say.
And we always learn from our mistakes, and that is what we are going for on the channel. I know especially with this locals, it was our first locals with the new Zenkai Series 2 cards, and especially with a lot of the leaders and a lot of the staple cards that came out in the set, people were itching just to try a lot of the decks, myself included, with the new Blue Gohan. But Jim, I know you were definitely attracted to this villainous deck. What made you want to play this deck, especially during this format?
I really wanted to play it because I was really excited about extra green deck early, but Charles smacked the crap out of me with Villainous several times. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play Villainous, and here we are.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people are referring to Villainous as like the next Agents of Destruction deck almost because of how like copy paste and generic it could be. But it's also not that expensive, right? Like, would you say you put a lot of money into the deck, or do you think it's really cheap?
It's 100% cheap, and it's just like AOD, where minus the Bowie Innocents, if you even still play those, the deck is still super cheap. So it is AOD basically.
I was gonna say, excuse me, it's definitely a fun deck, especially looking at like how a lot of the stuff. I know, I think I was on a brief hiatus when Villainous first was even introduced, but most people didn't even pay mind to Villainous when it came out in Machinus, Villainous Machinations, I believe it was that, right?
Are you talking about AOD?
No. I'm talking about the Villainous archetype.
Oh, I wouldn't even call that an archetype because it was only like 4 or 5 cards. Then there's the heroic cards where if they're showing the villainous cards now, then maybe next set they're foreshadowing like, oh, here's more heroic cards.
No, yeah, most definitely. And I know a lot of people are now looking to the old Villainous cards. I don't think you had any in this deck, but um, it's definitely going to be
No one,
interesting to see
no one's
how.
plugging that out.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this deck either evolves or how it's played in this format. I think it definitely is something to be seen. Going into the yellow Sin matchup, how would you say this was going for you?
Minus the misplays on my part, I think I did mediocrely. Uh, if I
Now,
knew
without
what I
now,
know now,
yeah, now without now, of course, without spoiling the ending of it. But like, how did you think the matchup was going into it?
uh, honestly, kind of easy. Like I
Okay.
had my panicky moments because my like thing is I don't read cards,
Hmm.
so I'm like,
But you knew a lot of what this deck did already because you played it yourself.
yes, I played against Charles, and I'm like, my opponent will not have a hand very shortly. I just have to keep punching them until I can like guarantee the win.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, viewers, make sure you read your cards because not a spoiler, but just a little heads up. I was able to kill a card on accident because I didn't read my card, and Aiden's like, "Oh, so you destroy this?" I'm like, "What? How?" "Oh, your card." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay."
Yeah, and it's always gonna happen with new sets, especially with people trying new decks. So it's definitely nothing unacceptable. It's not like it's a huge event; it's just a local shop tournament where everyone's there to playtest and learn their decks. Especially over at our store, everyone brings a bunch of jank, either jank experimental decks, or even you'll see like Yellow Sin, Red Sin, Gogeta, and whatnot. Um, I do
Also,
know.
I just want to throw this out there really quick. So the Tau villainous, you can look at the top 5. and still mill something. King Gurma's the black one drop. It says you may draw one, and if you do, negate this card's skills for the turn. So if you draw one, Villainous is negated. I didn't know that going into this game, so I was drawing with King Gurma's and still using the Villainous. So just throwing that out there.
I got you.
And there's the Piccolo Gohan secret.
I was gonna say he's using that really early too in the game.
Yeah, he was scared that. Well, he was probably scared that I was going to make him discard it. So I would say, like, if you have something like spicy in hand, play it soon.
Yeah, I know, especially with this format too, because I know personally when I was playing my Blue Gohan deck, especially in the previous video, my goal was to play it ideally turn 3. Turn 3 playing the Gohan Secret Rare was beautiful. Now playing the Gohan Piccolo Secret Rare early, I don't know if that was ideal with the yellow deck. I don't typically play yellow decks. I'm not familiar with them as much as I am with blue or red. But I know it is powerful. It most definitely is powerful.
Oh yeah, it's a 40k, like, technically for free. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Just rest my guy. And I'm like, oh, he's single? Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and I know right now it's very strange to play it this early because he's only swinging for a single strike, and I think how much you're probably like what 3 or 4 life still.
I believe, at 3 life right now.
Yeah.
But remember, like I said, he's probably thinking he's going to like have me discard my hand. I'd rather play it sooner than
later.
Just waste it and discard it.
That is true. The only issue is, well, no, it is true because he set himself up. I don't know if the Karez already, or I don't know what his name is, the King.
The Kingaroo.
Kingaroo. I don't know if he uses Villainous Effect because once for the little guys, once you use their Villainous Effect, they get negated for this game unless you return them to your hand.
Right. So King Gurmaz did use his effect because I played the Turles.
But then even still with the other two, with the Turles, and did a Towel use his effect? Because I think he's a 1-drop as well, right?
Yeah, so what I did was I played Towel. Next turn, Gurmaz, Towel activates. Then I played Turles. Turles activates Gurmaz's. But, like I said, King Gurmaz technically should not have made him discard a card. Because I drew a card, but once again, I did not know, but I do know now.
And now it looks like now you're playing the Janemba, now you're playing the Cooler.
Yeah.
So how did he rest your Cooler? What did he use to rest it?
He used his I think that's Naturon Shenron. It rests a battle card.
Okay, so he's resting the Cooler, but then you're still getting the villainous effects to make him empty his hand now, right?
Yeah, so Cooler, once again, I didn't read Cooler. He can either neg something 25k or untap one of your energy. So at first I'm like, oh, kill the Nova, but then I'm like, can we take that back? I'll untap one. And he's like, yeah, sure. So if you're wondering what that interaction there was.
I get you.
But this deck's crazy. Cooler is technically a free drop turn 3. Because you use Magenta, tap 1, play Cooler. You have nothing to neg or something. You just untap one, and he's just a 25 double strike boy. And if you notice, he has no cards in hand.
That is very good on your part. He has 5 life, I think, right now, right?
Yeah, I kept him at 5 for a while. Because I've seen some plays, some games with Villainous, and like a tutorial video. Okay, so this interaction right here was really stupid on my part. I have a Bojack in hand. I could have swung with a token.
Comboed the Bojack.
Into whatever. Comboed Bojack, played him, and killed his Piccolo. I didn't do that because I don't read my cards. But I also comboed the King Gurmaz because I have a Playtime's Over in hand. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to Playtime is over, play King Gurmaz. have him discard the 0 cards in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just, and then I'm reading the freezer right there, and so I play that. I'm like, oh, King Gurmas, haha, you have no cards in hand. And see, that was just a waste on my part.
Mm-hmm. But it was still negate, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so at least it was still negate.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. Duck. Uh, I was saying something, but I forgot what I was actually saying. Oh, the videos I've seen, a tutorial thing saying that, leave your opponent, like, above Awakening until you can go for game. Like, if you have 4 Villainous on board, all fresh, that they can still use Villainous, swing at them, let them take 4 life. Then play a 1-drop, have them discard everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm kind of doing here right now.
Mm-hmm. I get you. So right now it looks like he's trying to make a push into you,
Yeah.
but you're managing to see now, and that's the thing. I think he's more focused on your life rather than hitting your field. Because I can't remember, what did that 9-drop Sin do?
Uh, he has Revenge Blocker and um auto. Whenever your opponent plays a battle card, you may choose that card. I believe it's ignoring barrier.
And it rests it
Put it
and
into
negates
rest
skills.
mode. Yes.
And it's a once per turn though, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
No. So when he played that, I'm like, oh, I don't know how to get past that. I don't know if I can. And he's like, oh, you can't. Just scoop. Like, the game's over. You can't. I'm like, I'll keep playing it. Glad I did, because I ended up winning.
Interesting.
So my idea was, I think I was searching for. I was searching for the Broly, because if I play the Broly, I can get rid of the Oolong and Nova. But okay, so swinging with Cooler. I should have comboed at least to make him 35. No, I did make him 35. I did. Oh yeah, wait, no, Sin's naturally at 30. Should have made him 40. Yeah, it's whatever.
He'll die eventually.
Yeah, he's going to die this turn, so it makes him 35 on the rest of Nova. Okay, yeah, that's how he did it. And then Revenge kills Cooler. And because Turles is unique, swung into that. Can't do anything. So I'm like, you know what? What did I combo here? Oh yeah, if you notice, I've had those tokens on board for like 3 turns.
I was gonna say, right? He's
Yeah,
more focused on trying to push you in to try and get your life rather than clear your field.
yeah. I just combo the 2 tokens. Just to show them that they have 5k combo. He has no ball, so he's just gonna draw. I'm like, oh, that's cool. You have cards in your hand. I don't like that.
See, he did clear most of your field though.
Also, here I'm stupid. Oolong's a 4k. I should have just swung into the Oolong with Gurumez, because they're both 4ks.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's he playing? Is this a counter play?
That's a counterplay. The card comes in rested.
Mm.
And I'm like, I don't care. You still discard your hand. I still have a body on board.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, I'll just let it fizzle. Because I'd rather keep him at. I think he's at 4 life right now. No, he's at 5. And this is me being stupid. So I'm like, oh, I play Bojack. I have body on board. I'm good.
Or you should have killed the Piccolo.
he's like, "Oh, so you're killing this?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And there's me reading the card.
Because what does it do?
It when he's played, return a battle card with energy cost greater than your opponent's energy back to their hand.
Oh, so you're saying you should have did it earlier.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that you did an illegal play on it. You just did it too late.
Yeah. No, it's Frieza. I do an illegal play on,
I got you. I got you.
and then I just play the cooler for free. Negged his Nova. I'm like, I don't want him to keep punching me. I can easily like out combo anything he does to me. So I'm like, whatever.
Because and see, once Villainous gets in the late game, I think that's its strength. Is once you have an established field, no matter how much of a hand advantage they get, you play one card and they lose it.
Yeah.
Which I think that's very disgusting, especially for an aggressive deck as Villainous. And so he's forced to play out everything he has to try and get some form of advantage and prevent you from going up.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was this turn or the next turn where I play the. Where I play the Frieza.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's where I'm like, oh, I play Turles. I'm good. It's unique.
Mm-hmm. So you can't play it.
Yeah. So then I just combo that just to live. He plays Nova,
Is Turles an activate battle?
activate main or battle. And
Gotcha,
I think
gotcha,
it's
gotcha.
during your turn. So, okay, so he has no cards in hand, by the way. So I play Frieza. He negates the attack regardless. But technically, well, not technically, that Frieza should not be on board.
Mm-hmm. But at this
But he had no
point,
cards in hand, so.
I got you. So let's see how it plays out. Let's see if it matters. Because you have
God, that board
one,
is
two,
just.
three, four, five. You have 6 things that can swing minus the Frieza. So 6 without including Frieza. Versus his
Yeah,
4 life. And of course he's doing the
yeah.
Frieza first. He takes it right away. Swing with Janemba.
He had no. Well, he could have blocked, but. Oh, this is just disgusting.
Swing with Bojack.
He awakens. I'm like, okay,
Oh, he
that's
wasn't
cute.
even awakened.
No, he was at 5 life for the longest.
Mm-hmm. So he's gonna Zamasu. I'm assuming he's gonna rest your leader. Or rest
No, he's
Cooler.
gonna
Oh, it's
rest the
Cooler double
cooler.
strike?
Cooler is double strike,
That
yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense.
25k double.
Okay, and at this point, this is when you should play something, and then he's gonna pitch the rest of his hand.
Yep,
See, that's just absolutely disgusting.
it is. I love this deck.
So
It loses
because
to.
I was gonna say because I don't think he had more than 4 cards in his hand. Because without the Frieza trigger, you had still 4 villainous triggers.
Yeah, he didn't.
But then you
He
can still
didn't
play
have
this
anything.
one, and then you still get the
All
king
years.
effect. You still get the king's effect to discard his last card. Because then he loses whatever you're swinging with.
If I didn't draw for King Gurumez, then yes, he would have to discard. But once again, I didn't know that, so because King Gurumez, you draw a card.
So now
Its skills
here's
are
my thing.
negated.
Why didn't you continue pushing with this?
I didn't want him to have more cards in his hand.
I got you. That's smart.
I only wanted to swing when I actually know I can get game.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nothing he can do right now. I have protected the people, support of the Dark Empire, Frieza.
I think the only issue is support the Dark Empire. You can't even play because I think you only have 2 energy up.
Yeah,
So if you play it, you lose out on everything else. Is what I'm saying.
yeah. But it's just there just in case. Is it a smart move? Absolutely not. For some reason, I thought I was going to lose here. I'm like, oh, Oolong. This is a big boy. Oh, I'm at 3 energy. See, there's Frieza. Like, I should not have been able to play that.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
I
you did Frieza twice.
Frieza's not unique, though.
But even still, you wouldn't have been able to play it.
Correct. He would have kept the 1 card in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But the attack still would have been negated. Nothing else would have really mattered.
What did he discard though off it? About Forbidden Power?
Yeah.
Okay. But you could have still just hard casted something next turn and make him lose the last card in his hand. It's go full game.
Yeah. I'd still negate like all his attacks, like no problem.
He's just trying his hardest right now to try and push through your defense. Because I know on this one you could obviously tell if he doesn't either get rid of your field or kill you, you win on the crackback.
Yeah.
Minus the 2 freezes, you still have a disgusting advantage right now.
I still have a shit ton of cards in hand. He can't out combo me. Like he can't really do anything. It just takes one card to out combo his sins. Oh, he's swinging at my Janemba.
He's combo out. Because he's trying to. That's the thing is, if he doesn't whittle your field down, he's gonna lose.
Oh no, he's actually swinging at my leader.
Okay.
I just noticed that, yeah.
Then he restands all his Shadow Dragons, so he has that combo on his field. That's the only way he can keep it.
Dude, let me draw Broly. Dude, Broly would be nuts against that.
I was gonna say, do you open Broly in this game at all?
I don't think so, no. There's a lot of cards in my hand. Or on my board.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was even, like, thinking, I'm like...
you made the scrub misplay. You attacked with your leader first.
Yeah, I know. I think at this... Well, he took it.
See, now, this is the one thing.
Oh, he riposed.
You were too eager. You should have just played a villainous card right when he added that last card to his hand, because then he would have been done.
Yeah.
And then there you go with the freezes that technically shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
He's gonna block her, which is weird because you tapped 2 cards to attack, but Post is only 1 card.
Is it 2?
No, Riposte, you only rest 1. You only rest 1 for Riposte.
Oh, he... Oh.
Did he tell you 2 cards?
I think I just thought it was... I don't know, actually. I don't remember.
Let me see real quick. I'm pretty sure Riposte is just 1 card.
I thought it was always 2. I mean, if it's 2, then I guess I deserve, like... that.
It's 1 card you have to choose to switch to rest mode.
Oh, and he was allowing that. Yeah, it's whatever. I was misplaying, so...
Yeah, both of you were misplaying at this point.
It's a fair trade-off.
Let's see.
How did I win this?
Well, he's only at 1 life. You probably just swing with Bojack. Swing with Bojack's rest energy, combo out.
Oh, I was doing math. I'm like, wait, no, what am I tapping? Oh, yeah.
See,
I was doing
you
math.
You were still tapping for 2.
Yeah.
And I don't know why you should not have dumped your hand. I don't think you should have dumped your hand.
No, I did the math. I'm like, how much can he go up to?
Yep, there you go. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Especially off that. Misplays ensued. It still was a great game, especially seeing Villainous fight against Sin Shenron. Minus those misplays, who knows what the outcome would have been. I'll be definitely eager to see next week coming with our locals. If you are in the Chicagoland area, please feel free to come contact us at the YouTube page. Check us out on Facebook. I have the links down in the description. We are at our new store location, have a bunch more seats, and we have more players coming in every week. I know this week, by the time the video goes up, we had our monthly box tournament. We have one of those every month. So if you're in the Chicago area, come check us out. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in to Lock TCG. John here again at the vault, and thanks, Jim, for tuning in the video.
Bah.